Why does she have me standing here? Because you cannot go through that door. I wasn't gonna go through the door. I have suspicions about you and everything that you've done in this orphanage over the last 20 years. It's funny. I don't know who you are or what your duties are here at this orphanage. Well, perhaps we should get more into our introduction, shall we? I don't have time for that. There is a woman that has been abducted from this orphanage. Do you get me? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And I'm trying to warn you before someone else gets abducted out of this place. I think you're hardly deranged, woman. I am not deranged. I know so many things. Do you? Do you now? Look, I may not have all of my memories, but I have my senses, and I have my dignity. And giving up your daughter was part of that plan. You don't know anything about me or my daughter. You don't know anything about it. Right. You know, I have other things to consider, other people to consider. I don't have time for this dramatic. You know what I think? What? What do you think, Grace? What's going through your mind? Please share it, so everyone can see how deluded you are. You did just not call me that word. I did. What are you going to do about it? You make it seem as though no one has ever made that mistake before. No one has ever given up a daughter or a son for whatever reasons they did it for. You come in here and you tell me that I'm at fault. How dare you? Well, you see, we're going to have you investigated. What are you talking about? You're going to have me investigated. By what terms? And by what means? Something happened to Miss Williams. And I'm going to find out exactly what it is. Well, you would be wasting your time. And I don't know why you keep coming here asking for specific records of your daughter Faith, because we don't have any of that on record. We only keep things in our database for 5 years. After that, it's long shot, it's gone. You mean to tell me that for every child that you people have adopted through this corrupted orphanage, because that's what it is, there is something seriously wrong going on here, and I'm going to find out what it is. Well, Grace, you can do whatever you wish, but we know about your past, and we have enough evidence to have you committed. Excuse me? You're bluffing here, right? Unfortunately, we're not. We know about your time in the sanitarium. I don't remember that. Well, of course you don't remember it. You don't remember the last 15 years of your life. So that's just common. I don't believe this. Well, That's why I think it's your best alternative to leave the orphanage before you cause another dramatic scene. And I'll have to have... Wait a minute. Are you afraid that I'm coming closer to the truth? That is utterly impossible. I remember the last thing that Miss Williams said to me before she disappeared. What was that? She told me to watch my guard, to watch my back. Because there's more to the story than I realized. And I did not understand what she meant by that. Well, I say you're believing your own delusion. Fantasies, because that's what this is, Grace. You haven't spoken to Miss Williams because Miss Williams was on a 2-week paid vacation in advance and no one has seen her. That's not true. Well, it is true, according to our records. I was really in the sanitarium. Yes, you were. Oh my God. That's why you wanted to do what you did to Mama Crocker. When you injected her, remember that? When you tried to silence her because she was so up to expose you and your evil ways. But why? Why did they put me there? What did I do? I can't answer that. Really, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm just a worker here. Does anybody know? Does anybody know where Miss Williams is? Did she hop on a plane? Because I think she was thinking about leaving town. She didn't like working here. And you people were putting her under too much stress as it was. Did she resign? Grace, you are asking way too many questions. More questions than I have enough time or space to answer for you. No. I know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're fucking up to. Oh. That's good. Your name is Grace, and you're cursing. I am frustrated. I am upset. Because the one thing that I want in this world, you're keeping me from. How can you keep me from my daughter? How can you do that? I am not the one keeping you from your daughter. You knew very well what you were doing when you gave her up. You don't know the circumstances. I may not know. But I think you're the one corrupted here, Grace. No one else is. Are you making lies up about my past to cover up your own lies? Is that what you're doing? Look, you need to forget about it, and you need to move on. No. There's too much at stake here to just forget about it, just to ignore it. There's too much happening. Now, I'm going to ask you again.